Welcome to Teaching Truth. You know, there are many facts that we know about water. Water covers 71% of the Earth's surface. Water is vital for all known forms of life. Water has the formula H2O. Water, when it freezes, turns to ice. Water is essential for many sports, for example, swimming and water skiing. And chlorine is added to water so that when we turn on the tap, it's safe for us to drink. That's refreshing. We can know a lot about water, but unless we take the glass of water and put it to our lips and drink the water, it doesn't make any difference. More of that in a moment. But first of all, turn with me to Exodus chapter 17 as we journey with Moses and the Israelites today. We've been journeying with them this week in our reflections from the Red Sea to Marah, where they tasted water which was bitter. We've journeyed with them to Elim, and we've journeyed across the desert where they have been provided with manna. And today we come to a place called Meribah. Let's read of that place and what happened in relation to this part of their journey and Moses' journey. Exodus chapter 17. The whole Israelite community set out from the desert of Sin, travelling from place to place as the Lord commanded. They camped at Rephidim, but there was no water for the people to drink. So they quarrelled with Moses and said, "Give us water to drink." Moses replied, "Why do you quarrel with me? Why do you put the Lord to the test?" But the people were thirsty for water there, and they grumbled against Moses. Do you see history repeating itself? They said, "Why did you bring us up out of Egypt to make us and our children and livestock die of thirst?" Then Moses cried out to the Lord, "What am I to do with these people? They are almost ready to stone me." The Lord answered Moses, "Walk on ahead of the people. Take with you some of the elders of Israel and take in your hand the staff with which you struck the Nile and go. I will stand there before you by the rock at Horeb. Strike the rock and water will come out of it for the people to drink." So Moses did this in the sight of the elders of Israel, and he called the place Massah and Meribah because the Israelites quarreled and because they tested the Lord, saying, "Is the Lord among us or not? Is the Lord among us or not?" You would have thought the Israelites would have known that the Lord was among them. The Lord having brought them through the Red Sea experience, the Lord having given them sweet water to drink at Marah after tasting the bitter water. The Lord having provided manna for them in the desert, and here they are again, as if they haven't learned anything, history repeating itself, saying, is the Lord among us or not? Well, the simple fact of the matter is the Lord was among them, and the Lord again was going to provide for them through his servant Moses. And Moses was commanded to, as he cried out to the Lord, again there is the man of prayer, the man of commitment, the spiritual man, not criticizing the people, but crying out to the Lord. What am I to do with these people? And the Lord said to Moses, walk on ahead, take some of the elders with you, and take in your hand the staff with which you struck the Nile, and go. Strike the rock, and water will pour from it. And the rest, as they say, is history. Because as Moses struck that rock, there was water which came from the rock for the people to drink. There was plenty water for the people to drink. Maybe today you need to strike the rock, to strike that place where there is water. Maybe you've been, as it were, striking for water in the wrong place for quite a wee while. And perhaps today you're grumbling like the people. Why have you brought us here? Is the Lord with me, or is he not? And maybe God is just inviting you, indeed challenging you, to strike the rock, to strike him by way of having that conversation with him. Strike up that conversation with him. Say, I need you, Lord. I need you to quench my thirst. I need to drink of you, the living water. Well, I want you to know that for you, the water is free. The water of life is free. But to him, to Jesus, it was costly. Because on the day he died, he let out a parched cry, a thirsty cry. I thirst. But the marvellous sequel to this account of Moses and the Israelites and the water from the rock is that Jesus, when he spoke of himself as living water, really meant it. And many people who have put their trust in Jesus would rise up and say, what I thought was water, in fact, tastes like wine. Streams of living water flowing from within them. Is Jesus inviting you today to strike, as it were, the rock? To come to that place where, again, you can have your thirst quenched, where you can drink of him and find that refreshment. It was only as Moses took that step of faith and struck the rock with his staff that the water began to gush out from that rock. Today, is God challenging you to strike the rock? Strike that rock, and God will provide for you. He will be your living water, and he will quench your thirst. All you need to do is strike the rock as Moses did in faith.